Well, I am really excited to share with you guys today a little bit about the actual inviting process. And as Peggy has said, we have the best of the best with Amy. So all I'm going to do is share with you a lot of what we do as in this company is we or in life is we learn from a mentor, we learn from someone, we mirror what they're doing, and then we duplicate it. How many of you can mirror and duplicate? Everybody's hand should be up. We've all learned to walk. We've all learned to drive. We've learned something. So again, Peggy was so amazing. Don't get overwhelmed. Don't get all excited and think this isn't for me or I can't do this. Just think, oh, I can learn. I can learn, and somebody has done it before me, and I can duplicate what they've done. So I'm going to share my screen with you guys. I have slides. I know y'all like falling over. Gail actually prepared. Can you believe it? But I am going to share my screen with you guys because I do have some information that I want to get out there, and I want to make sure that I don't miss things. And if you want to screenshot it or whatever, go for it, Jocko, whatever makes you happy. But Amy has all of this in the Shout app. And then of course, Corey, like where would we be without Corey? She has it all in the links in the Shout app. So just know you'll be able to go back and look at everything. But let's jump into inviting. If you notice, the first thing, I love this image because now some of you don't know what this is. Let me tell you, that's a phone. That was the phone I was raised on. When we wanted to block someone, we just kept the phone off the hook and it would be busy when they called. So this is a phone. But what I'm going to encourage you to do is, if at all possible, make the call. There's something about taking 2-3 minutes and calling someone versus sending just a text. Now, we're going to talk about a bunch of different things and when it's appropriate and when it's not and all the things. But remember, how many of you feel much more appreciated, thought about, respected when someone calls you versus sends you a text? If your husband texted you all the time, would you feel very special? Or do you want to hear his voice, or a friend you haven't seen in a long time? Again, I'm going to beat this dead horse, but I'm going to encourage you to make the call. Now, some tips for inviting, and I'm going to go quick because all of this is already everywhere we could possibly want to get our fingers on it. It's there. First of all, I want you guys to really wrap your mind around, like Peggy was saying, mindset. Inspect what you expect. Inspect what you expect. If you expect a yes, chances are you're getting a yes. If you're worried about and expecting a no and having a bad mental attitude about it, chances are you're going to get a no. So whatever you're expecting is what you'll likely get. Isn't that true in life with anything? It's not any different here. It's not any different with when you're inviting someone and them saying yes or no. Always make them feel special. It's about them. It's not about you. I know we get all worked up, like I'm sweating bullets right now just being on here with you guys. I get so nervous, but it's not about me. And so I literally pray that I could just serve one of you to help you get through whatever it is, maybe that's holding you back or give you hope or just serve in some way. So it's not about you. Take the focus off of you. If they say no, it's okay. We're no collectors. You're going to get no's. And I don't want you to, feel like you've done anything wrong or it's anything that it's just not their cup of tea, just like you probably don't eat at McDonald's every day. I'm praying you don't. You know what? So you get to say no to that. You're going to get plenty of no's, but you're going to get, more importantly, a ton of yeses as you go through this process. So call when possible. As I've already mentioned, we talked about that's the best possible way, but we are going to be sending some text messages. And the next best thing to a call is a voice memo. If you do not know how to create a voice memo on your smartphone, then Google it. But there's a really cool way for you to make a voice memo instead of a call. If you just can't reach them, I encourage the voice memo for the invitation. Thirdly would be a text. Now, have a mirror handy. Yep. Because when you're calling, I promise you, if you will smile, even though they cannot see you, it changes everything about the reception of what they're getting on their end. How many of y'all have ever had a phone call from somebody and you can just feel their excitement, you feel their energy, you feel their vibes, like they're vibing high, as the saying goes? How many of you have received a phone call and you're like, oh, I'd rather take a stick to the eye than listen to them? So it's true. It's all about you and your appearance. Don't think that they can't feel you through the phone, because they can, and they can feel you through a text. Again, I prefer voice messaging or voice calls because text messages sometimes can come across not in the proper light. Would you agree? How many of y'all have ever sent a text message and they're like, well, that, right? They get offended and you're like, but yeah, okay. Now, set an egg timer. Back in the day when Amy and I were in Mary Kay, Mary Kay would teach us to set an old timey egg timer. Cause remember, we didn't have these back then. And we would set an egg timer, 3 minutes, guys. 3 minutes is what you get to get on the phone, do the form. Peggy did amazing at teaching you guys form, to get the form done, and then get the ask done. To get the ask done, you want to just stay on task. If you spend 30 minutes chatting their ear off, guess what they're going to do the next time you call? Delete, send a voicemail, take care of business. We've talked about the energy, the vibing, celebrate it all. Again, just be a no collector. Remember, we're going to get the people that have made thousands and hundreds of thousands and millions of dollars in business, and especially this industry, have collected more no's than me and you. That's the only difference. They've just gotten more no's. And one of my favorite sayings in Mary Kay back in the day, 30 years ago, was, when you fall down, my knees are maybe a little more bloodier than some of yours. Amy's is bloodier than mine. When we fall down and we get back up, guess what? We're a little bit closer to the goal. When you fall, everybody after this call, get on your knees and stand back up. You're a little further ahead. It's a true statement. So let's remember that everyone is a no if you do not ask them. Definite no. It's not happening. They're going to somebody else's team, and you're going to be kicking yourself in the seat whenever they show up on a Zoom and there's somebody else's new ambassador or customer. So let's get to asking. Okay. Now let's talk about, some of you guys, this is so repetitious, but for those of you who are new, this is for you. When we're working on our perfect 7, which is the very first thing we're going to do, is book that perfect 7. This is a perfect way for you to invite them to take a look at what you're excited about. And your warm market, people that you could sell dirt to. Like, you could call up your mom and say, Mom, I got a bag of dirt for $5. I need you to buy one. Okay, honey, bring it over. You know, or a sister, or a friend, or a workout partner, or somebody at church. They trust you, know you, will help you. These are your warm markets and your perfect 7s. So if I'm calling Jane and she's a warm market of mine, now use your own personality. This is just a template, okay, my friends? But you could say, hey, Jane, a couple of weeks ago, I started using Shackley products. And I know you're probably laughing because I thought it was a soap company too. I literally thought to myself, oh, my soap company. I don't care what you say, guys, but that's my story. Then the more I've used them, the more people are noticing my results, and I love them. I can't imagine ever going without them. I'm actually in shock at the massive catalog. It's like Christmas. It's even like bougie on a budget. I know that you're going to love these products as much as I do. If I send you a link, double words, but anyway, if I send you a link, would you open it? Would you be open to take a look? How many of you could do some kind of something like that to your dirt list? The people that would buy dirt from you. Yes or yes? Okay. Now, here it gets even better. What do I do now that they said yes, because I want to get my perfect 7 done, is that I want to send them the landing page, and it's found, bless Corey's heart, she's the bomb. It's right here in your Shout app under Fierce Life Shackley. Here you go, team chat. Click the top, go to links, go to this little cool little chain link looking thing right here. Hold your finger over that, and it'll say link copy to clipboard or something. And then you paste it in a text message, and they're going to the landing page, and they're watching that Shackley overview with Amy and Sarah. And they're looking at product. I mean, they can get all the goods in one link. It's super professional. Now, this isn't on here, but this is something you know if you've been with us long, you know. You can also easily say, you know, this is a new gig for me. I'm super excited about it. I'm in training. Is there any reason why you wouldn't be open to take a look at that link and help me with learning more about the company and the product by being in a 3-way text with me and my friend? She's helping me learn the ropes. Yes or yes? We got this. I'm going on. I know I'm going fast. Peggy's all calm, cool, and collected. I'm like, oh my gosh. We're going to go back and forth with personalities here. All right. How to invite the stud muffin. All right. Every dud knows a stud. So that's why it's so important for you to work the system, because you may find a stud that isn't your stud, but it was your sister who came in to use the product and she shared with you a guy she works with or a lady she works with. And so remember to follow the systems that are in place. But first and foremost, you do send a text to your stud muffin and you say, do you have a minute that I can call you real quick? That's the only text they get. The rest is verbal. You work out a time, you figure it out, and then you have that connecting conversation. And you notice right there, I put form. Me and Peggy are on the same page. A little bit of form, but we're going back to 3 minutes. So this is, you're going to get better and better. But you want to find out about them, engage and care about them using the form method. Now, after you do that quickly, you're going to just sum this up in a minute. You're going to say the reason why I'm calling is, and you're going to state your reason. Now, Amy has given an incredible audio that she is placing in the Shout app or Fierce Life Facebook page. I'm not sure. We'll get directions to that. But she gives you exactly verbatim what you want to say. I encourage you to put your little personality, your truth into that, and just invite them. The most important thing is you could say bucket list, tramp. You could say anything to them, but with the right energy and with conviction and with heart and with just an overwhelming sense of you've got to hear this. It's like, it wouldn't matter what you say, it's more about how you say it. So you're going to tell in 60 seconds of that 3-minute call, at the most, 60 seconds of that will be your quick story, meaning you've heard it called an I story. Before Shackley, in other words, how was you introduced or why did you take a look? Now that I'm using the product, I've noticed incredible health benefits and I'm super excited about sharing it with my friends and family. And I know you are someone, I like to say this to everyone, I know that you're someone who is so open-minded. And I thought of you because of that and how successful you are. And I would love your thoughts on this. But anyway, you can go and you can just create your what you would say, but you want to explain what you see happening in Shackley. And you're like, Gale, that's a lot of stuff. It's not a lot if you in advance have written it down, you've rehearsed it, and you know the key points, just bullet points of what you want to say. The health and wellness industry is bigger than it's ever been. And this is a company that has the most longevity and security, and I'm super excited about it. You guys feel me? Now, all you're looking for is to ask if they would be open to listen. Would you just be open to listen? Another verbiage I like to use personally is there any reason why you wouldn't be open to just take a listen? Okay, guys? Because now they have to come up with a reason why they won't be willing to take a listen. And that's why I always say, I know you're always so open-minded. I know you're busy. I know you're successful, but would you just take a look? Is there any reason why you wouldn't be open to just take a look? Now, remember, posture is everything. Your only objective is to get them to listen. That's it. Be clear, concise in your belief in the company and your future with Shackley. In other words, I'm here to stay. This is where I've planted my flag and I'm excited. They should be able to hear and feel your excitement and your conviction through the telephone. Now, you may be a much, calmer individual than I am, and your inflection but it doesn't matter. I don't care who you are. They know you and they can feel your energy. They can feel if you're excited. You could be the most passive, smooth talking, calm individual, but they will know if what you're saying is what you mean and what you mean is what you're saying. You feel me? You got that. All right. So this is a conversation with somebody that you're already in a conversation with. Maybe like some of us, we've been kind of making some posts on social media and they've been looking or they've been, hearting our stuff or they've asked, you've already sent information, but yet crickets have come. Doesn't matter. Maybe someone said, hey, what is that you're doing? And you're at the gym and you're saying, or you're drinking one of your raspberry teas or something. You've already had some conversation with them. Hey, Jane, I know we've been messaging back and forth about Shackley. I want to invite you to a special information Zoom. Now, I love the information Zoom terminology. You can call it what you want. It's for my team. It's going to be this Tuesday evening about 7 o'clock, about a 30-minute Zoom. Now, the Zoom's going to give you details about our new movement with this progressive company. I thought of you because I think it's going to be the give you the best picture of what's happening with the program, or you can say what's happening with our movement, what's happening with this new project I'm in. If I send you a link, is there any reason why you wouldn't be open to hop on and take a look? Okay, you guys got that? Again, I'm just giving you some quick ways that you could reach out to people. Now, this is for people that maybe you've not had a conversation, you've not even really sent them anything, but you see them watching you on your stories. And they may have not hearted one thing, but you see them there. And that's why it's so important to get into social media and look and look. You know how you go to your stories and you can see who's all been watching it, list it out. Peggy's talking about making a list. They go on your list because they're shopping in your store. They just haven't bought yet or haven't bit yet. And so I would just say, hey, Jane, about 6 weeks ago, or you could say, I recently joined this ageless movement with Shackley. I love the products and the results are more than I ever expected. I thought of you because I noticed you're always taking great care of yourself or posting information on health and wellness or whatever you noticed about them, depending on if you know them or not. Most people we don't know on social media, so we look at their page and we comment according to that. Tomorrow night, we're going to be having an information Zoom about 7 o'clock. I would love to have you as my special guest. Would you be open to hop on and take a look? Is this making sense? Yes? Yes. All right. Now, so I love this picture of this little girl. This is what we get to do. We get to get excited about inviting, because without the inviting piece, you have a dead business. You have a wish and a dream, but no activity and no real success. Inviting is key.